Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Robbie Rhino, and in today's video we're going to be looking at how you can get your hands on the Dreadnought in the one shot wonder Dreadnought. So this is an Dreadnought that started yesterday, which was the 16th of November, and it runs for a week into the 23rd of November, and it's for the Tier 7 Soviet heavy tank, the Dreadnought KV-2, which is an absolute beast, and I highly recommend, if you can, to get this Dreadnought done. So how do you get this tank first and foremost? Well, to get this tank you are going to have to deal an assist in a total of 1000 damage 90 times in 1 week, and you do get some rewards for the different stages along the way, and you also do get discount on the Dreadnought if you are unable to complete the Dreadnought. So if you haven't got the time, I do highly recommend getting it at a discounted price. It's a fantastic tank, a lot of fun, very powerful. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of them going around, that's for sure, and that shot was absolutely awful, as you can see in the background. But yeah, let's just run down a really quick rundown of the statistics, and I have 3 gameplays for you to show off this tank and what it can do. The last game that we have is an absolutely epic game I had earlier today, yeah, with a fantastic result. So this tank earns 30% extra silver, 20% extra XP. The tank itself, 1200 hit points at tier 7, which is, it's obviously not as high as something like a Tiger, but you know, it's not too bad. It's Soviet, so it manages to bounce crazy shots now and again. Yep, Dreadnought on Dreadnought action there in the background. So this heavy tank, for being Soviet, it has a very good gun depression of 7 degrees. It's kind of slow. The traverse speed isn't very good, but the top speed is 37 kilometers an hour forwards, 12 backwards, which is quite slow, and it has an awful view range of 350 meters. But you know, you're not going to be focusing on that kind of statistic. And what we're getting onto now is the gun, which is this is what the tank is all about. This massive 152mm boomstick that deals 700 damage on its AP and heat shells, and it deals 910 with its HE if you manage to penetrate. And if you don't penetrate, you damage the commander, you ruin modules, you track the enemy, yeah, and you can finish them off without even having to aim sometimes. So the penetration is pretty damn decent at 175 on its AP round for tier 7. When you're top tier, that is fantastic penetration to have on a gun like this. And you know, if that's not enough, you have 250mm of heat penetration. God knows why sort of this tank is in the game when other tanks, you know, are in need of a lot of love. And you can just see in the background now what this tank can do to a heavy tank 1 tier higher. It has 86mm of penetration on its HE, which is pretty good. You can penetrate quite a lot of things with that. And you'll get on to how I manage the rounds a little bit later on. So it has a base reload of 23 seconds, base aim time of 2.8 seconds, and a base accuracy of 0.56. So it is very inaccurate. But with 6.0 and all of the you know, the equipment and commander skills, you can get that down to a fairly decent level, basically. And with my commander set up and my equipment, I've got my view range to 389, which is not great, but a lot better than 350. I've got it down to a 17-second reload, 2.4 second aim time, and I think it's just shy of 0.5 seconds accuracy, there or thereabouts. But it feels a lot better than that. Equipment wise, I run advanced loader, advanced gun lay and drive, which is something that I don't use on a lot of tanks, and the best piece of equipment for this tank, and I've used it a lot with the like the Sturm Tiger line and anything kind of derpy where you want to switch out shells, like a Type 5, the advanced reloader, where you can just swap the shells with the press of an A button or whatever the button is on I think X button on PlayStation. Commander wise, I have Sixth Sense, Spawn Leader, Rapid Loading, Situational Awareness, Armour Angling, Rapid Aim, Steady Aim, Snapshot, Run and Gun, and as you can see, I'm focusing mainly on the gun handling skills because it is a derp gun. It's a massive gun. It's a it's a massive 152mm boomstick, and you want to try and tame that gun as best as possible. So yeah, as you can see in that first replay, nothing out of the ordinary for this tank, but we pick up a kamikaze medal. We do deal 3.2k damage and pick up 2 kills, so not a bad starting point. So we're going to hop into the second replay, and I'll talk you through that one, so see you in a bit. So we're now in the second replay of the video, and we are on Mountain Pass. And in the first replay we were quite lucky with the matchmaking. You know, there were a handful of tier 8s, and very similar to this game actually. And in the final replay you're going to see how devastating this tank is going to be when you are top tier. Of course, this tank can meet tier 9s, but with a gun like this, you can trade, you know, fantastically well. You have 1200 hit points to play with. As always, don't be reckless, but you know, use them wisely. Try and use them to trade with tanks that, you know, have lower alpha damage than you, and yeah. Support your teammates when you're bottom tier, but when you're top tier and when you're mid tier, it's a tank that you can play relatively aggressive. And I'm just hoping that this 16801P or the unskinned Maverick comes out a bit further. But he's slightly angled. Probably should have gone for like the turret with a heat shower or something like that there. But we did fire blind, so he might have sort of angled a little bit more. But you know, you don't penetrate and hit if you don't fire the shot, so you've always got to do it. And start of the game I feel a bit cheeky, so I'm going to just poke around this corner. This is very sort of dangerous because a lot of TDs do like to camp in those bushes back there, but I'm not spotted, so I'm sort of confident. As soon as I get spotted, I'm going to sort of try and guess where they are and fire. I would blind fire, but I would have been spotted, so I'm only going to blind fire when I'm spotted. And now I notice that I'm spotted, I'm just going to take a quick little shot there. I see the tracer, put the shot in, and we deal 669 damage to someone who thinks that he wasn't spotted, which is always a fantastic feeling. And I noticed that on this flank, I like coming to sort of this corner to start the game off with. I would try and cross this gap, but yeah. It can be a bit risky, and yeah, that's the fantastic skill where you can spot the shells, switch to an HE so we can pen that back chat right through the top of his tank, set him on fire and finish him off. And we're already up to 1669 damage, and you're just seeing how powerful this tank is. It's just a regular KB2 put up a tier and just put on steroids. But I do notice there are 2 tanks flanking around the side here, but there is a full health IS-6 black, so I'm not too worried, but I'm going to go up and try and support him. But as I am retreating here, I believe I get spotted. Well, I thought I did. Maybe I'm thinking, oh, there we go. There it is there. I'm not going crazy. I think I get spotted and I get shot in the back once and then tracked. I think it's by the Italian tier 8 tech tree heavy tank. Fortunately, we only lose a little bit of hit points, but I want to try and push and get this tank out of the way. Wreckage is causing me a bit of an issue, but the IS-6 black does me a solid and finishes that tank off. And now we're just going to hold this corner, try and tuck in so we're safe from the artillery fire, because this is kind of a bit of an artillery hotspot down this bridge area, and we're just going to defend these tanks coming towards our base. There's that Italian tier 8, yeah, I believe it is, but we finish him off. Could have used an HE shell there, probably would have been safer to, would probably have splashed him to death, but we put an AP shell right through the front because that hasn't got particularly good armour. And yeah, we're up to 1940 damage, nearly 2k, up by 1 tank, and there's still a lot of damage left in this game for us to pick up. And this is a great tank to sort of hold off, because if they know you're here, regardless of what tier you are, they're going to be worried. And there we go, we switch to the HE shell, we see the Scorpion G, and we blap him and kill the Scorpion G, and you know, in an instant, 2.7k damage. This is turning into a really good game. You can play this aggressive, you can play this as a support, and even sniping kind of with this tank. I don't recommend sitting at the back. But yeah, it's relatively accurate for such a big gun, so if you have to, by all means you can. As you saw there, I aimed for the lower plate on the unskinned Malbreaker, put a heat shower right through the lower plate, and that's a tier 8 heavy that we've just demolished. I think we hit the wreck of the Italian heavy that we killed earlier, trying to finish off that M6, but that's not a problem at all. And just like that, by us holding this sort of corner with, I think there was a heavy tank to our left, our team have advanced around the north, and yeah, we're going to win this game. I'm just going to push up and see if I can get a shot. Maybe at the heavy tank that's at his base, maybe he's going to retreat, or just have a last stand there, and if not, we're going to rush over and try and finish off this M6, which is why I've loaded the HE shells. Have a quick look, see if I can get a shot onto the tier 8 heavy. We notice our M6 in front of us just killed off our artillery, who was coming to go for a bit of shotgun action. We're just going to come around the corner. I've got enough hit points to take a shot, auto aim, or free aim actually, right into the side, and whatever shell we put in there would have almost definitely finished that M6 off. And that's another victory in this tank. We finish MVP, pick up 5 kills, which is something that you can do with such big alpha. First class, people play this tank exceptionally well because it is exceptionally sort of a little bit overpowered, quite broken, yeah, and players are going to play this tank well. But that's it for that replay. Another good game, but the next one is twice as good, so stick around for that, and I'll see you there. So we're now in the final, third and final replay for this video, and this is one of the best games that I've had in a tank for a while actually. Really enjoyable game. We are top tier, and we're just going to use that to our advantage. It is broken. The matchmaking when it comes towards the end of this week, start of next week, or towards the end of the op, tier 7 matchmaking is going to be absolute hell. There's going to be like 5 or 6 or more Dreadnoughts per team. Most likely, if the matchmaker works as usual. Obviously that won't last, but yeah, just be wary if you want to play tier 7. Yeah, just be careful. There's going to be a lot of them floating around, especially if you're playing tier 8s and 9s. Yeah, just be careful because you might have a nice 700 odd hit points coming off of your tank. So first shot of this game, Jagdpanzer 4, goodbye. One shot, 600 hit points. We're up by 1 tank already, and I'm just going to, while I'm reloading, boost with the combat rations, the active boost. I'm just going to try and sort of move a little bit so that artillery doesn't focus me. I am sort of on this mid-ridge where I like to come at the start of the game. In a lot of tanks, you're not going to get too much view range with this, maybe because we're top tier, but I'm just coming here because a lot of the action happens here. I don't want to go down the sort of one line where the TV's camp because I will get out-spotted. I don't want to go into the town because there's only a couple teammates there. I didn't really feel like it was beneficial, but a Dreadnought comes in front of us, as they often do when you sit here in the middle, put a shot nicely into the side of the Dreadnought, and yeah, the Dreadnought is now on a one-shot. Have to be careful when you're going to be playing this when all the Dreadnoughts are around, because one shot from another Dreadnought and you are nearly out of the game. Tiger 131 is just standing there, sat there. We put a shot into the Tiger 131. We could have risked an HE and tried to penetrate the side, which you can do, but I just wanted the guaranteed damage. This tank is going, this game, sorry, is going exceptionally well at the start, and there we go, another kill, finishing off that Tiger 131, and already we're up to 2k damage and you know, a measly 45 assistance damage, but it's going to get a lot better than that. I saw this KV-1S, but we spot this 3001H. Know we can one-shot him. Could have aimed a bit more, but I'm feeling the Soviet bias, the Soviet luck today, and we put one more shell and get one more kill, and just like that, 2.6k damage. This KV-1S, I don't know what he's doing. He's disconnected or whether he thinks he's safe, but we put one through the lower plate and another one-shot. Yeah, I think you're seeing a bit of a trend here, aren't you, of just how powerful this tank is top tier. I haven't played this for a while, but the 6.0 sort of change just made this tank just ridiculous because of the sort of accuracy enhancements that you can get. Just going to try and sneak a shot here through the buildings, but yeah, even though I was feeling extremely lucky, I wasn't feeling obviously wasn't feeling that lucky. But I'm going to now head over to the town. I think a lot of their tanks are sort of in the A, B, 1 and 2 area. I'm going to try and sweep through the town and then sweep around the north, and yeah, go and attack that area. And you never know, we might find something lucky to chew up in the town. Just coming in, it's just me and the heavy to my right, but I feel, even with this long reload, I feel comfortable that I can bounce maybe 1 or 2 shots, and I'm just playing this aggressive. I've got the armor angling skill on the commander, so yeah, I will be receiving slightly less damage, which is a great thing if you want to play this tank aggressively. see another, the Panzer, whatever you want to call it. I heard someone call it the Panzer Syphilis, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not the actual name. But we're just going to sort of half side scrape there against this 3001H. Come up and just put another shot straight through him, finish him off. That French tier 5, I believe, gets finished off by our friendly 3001H, and yeah, that's 4.3k damage now, and God knows how many kills. I think I might check in a minute. I know there's 4 tanks left, and I think I might have been on at this point for a pools medal. I'm pretty sure I check in a minute anyway. I did play this game today. My memory is absolutely terrible. But yeah, we're gonna do what I said, sweep through the town, come down this sort of 7-8 line. I'm expecting kind of artillery to maybe be to my right, and there you can see I just checked, we have 6 kills at the moment, so that's a top gun already. But I feel like I could outspot the artillery there. I'm sort of using the view range cone to my sort of advantage. There's a full health deadbolt which is going straight down that one line, which is probably going to be his demise because of all of our TDs. So I'm like, well, our TD and our heavy tank are in G1, and they're just going to chew him up. I get spotted. There is a Brumbar, I still believe, left, which could cause me quite a bit of damage. That's got a very mean derp gun on that. That's going to be featuring hopefully on the channel very soon. But we're sort of wiggling, just hoping that we bounce some shots. We bounce a shell there for 180 damage, so that's obviously not the Brumbar, I believe. Trying our luck on the move, that would have been fantastic if we hit that. But we're pushing aggressively, and this is where you can get some of that assistance. And it's 60G FT. Yeah, not on very many hit points. But we're going to try and go over and finish him off. But we noticed to our left that we have a shot, just going to get into cover of this rock, but we have a shot on this deadbolt, and we're going to try and finish the deadbolt off from behind. And this just shows how accurate this big gun can be. Just going to sort of wait and judge where he's going to be, and we finish that deadbolt off for another 300 odd damage, and we're up to 4.6k damage in a tier 7, which is an absolutely fantastic result. There's the TD. I've sort of seen the artillery fire. I'm going to try and get rid of the artillery first. There we go, and our artillery finishes off the TD. And there we go, we reached the 5k mark and 700 assistance damage. We finish MVP with our 8 kills, so that's a Radley Walters medal. Always nice to have. We must have had some kind of turkey shoot off, I think, on there, because we make a lot of silver. So that's, yeah, Radley Walters, Devastator, Top Gun, High Caliber, Master of Magics Tanker, 2.3k XP, and a fantastic aim, and a fantastic, very powerful tank. I highly recommend this tank. Go and have a lot of fun. Try and get in there before all the matchmaking is filled up with Dreadnoughts in the in the next couple of weeks. So thank you so much for watching. More videos to be coming out this week. I hope you all had a great weekend, and I hope you're having a good week, and I'll see you on a battlefield soon. Bye for now.